Rob and Slim Show.
Hey, what's up? This is Wigwolf.
What's up, Wigwolf, writer and director of The Wet Ones? And I got to get it out of the way here. Are you a wolf that wears a wig?
Yeah, a werewolf that wears.
Cool. So wait, is the wolf the one wearing the wig, or is the wig where does the wig control the wolf? Who's the one that does the wig have powers or anything like that?
Yeah, well, the wig is like a separate entity, but it's like a parasite on the werewolf.
All right, that's
Okay.
cool. That's cool. And who wins out most of the time as far as the battle? Does the wig or the wolf the one in control?
I guess. I guess it's more like a partnership, like Venom.
Yes, I was just gonna say if your life is in danger, the wig would make sure.
Yeah.
The wig would make sure you didn't die. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot, and I love the wet ones. The wet ones is just it's crazy looking. What can you tell us about the film?
Well, it's kind of like a story. It's three interconnected stories. I'd say the structure would be pretty similar to something like Pulp Fiction, except it's in linear order, and it's just kind of about these weird, bizarre characters, and they're mostly dolls and some human actors. It's kind of like it's a mix.
Nice. I saw you. Bunula is a part of it because you originally did Bunula TV, which is where we originally I think I followed you and you followed back, and he is a vampire bunny.
Yeah, he's a part of it. He's a big part of the plot and a character in it, and a lot of the stuff from that show is in it, and it's kind of like retelling a lot of stuff from that show, but also I don't know. It's like it's different. It's hard. I don't know if have you ever seen the movie New Nightmare that Wes Craven made?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
It's kind of like that, where it's like he was making another Freddy movie, but like it's like not the same at the same time. It's like totally different.
Right.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, well, the New Nightmare, that was the one where they were making the Freddy movie, but Freddy was real. Like I think the actress in it, she was in the movie, but then it turns out that Freddy was really real and not just a movie character, right?
Yeah, and then it's supposed to be that he's Satan taking the form of Freddy, or like
Right.
an ancient demon. It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
It sounds.
I like
I've
I
never
like
seen
that one. It's
I
a
saw
good
the
one.
reboot, which I thought was good, which a lot of people didn't like. The reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street, but
That
I never
was-
saw that one.
Yeah, it's a cool movie. You should check it out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as far as the wet ones go, though, I see some big names attached. I see you got Andy Dick on board.
Yeah, he has a very small role in the movie, but yeah, he is in it. He plays a character named the Bunny King.
That sounds perfect for Andy. And I saw Lloyd Kaufman is also on the list.
Yeah, he has a role in it, and so a small cameo role, but he plays like a weird random character, but yeah, so he'll be in it too.
That's cool. I remember once he favorited one of my show tweets, and I just was like, "Wow, that's the best." I felt so cool, so cool.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
That's awesome. And I first connected with you because Kenny Killingham from the channel Living Dead, we sometimes talk in messages, just every now and then we shoot the shit, and he told me he was involved in the project as well.
Yeah, he's playing a character that's a mix of him and Benjamin Franklin, and his name is Kenjamin Franklin in the movie.
I love it. I love that. That's super cool. Super cool. Do you do any voices in it too, Wigwolf?
Yeah, I'm doing like a ton of voices. I was trying to fill out the credit on the IMDb, and then I think I was getting up to maybe 25 or 30 voices, but I might end up replacing myself later with some other voice actors maybe. So, but I guess I'll see how it comes out in the end.
Cool, cool. That's awesome. When is it coming out?
If I hope to be able to have the DVD and available on by the end of this August, actually, if I get everything on schedule.
Nice. And what besides the Bunula, what are some of the inspirations that you drew from for the movie?
Just kind of like there are some people who've been bullying me on Twitter for a while, and some of the characters were kind of like, I guess, like parodies of them. And I guess a lot of the plot is kind of like retelling what happened, but in like a more like surreal, weird way.
Cool. I love that kind of thing. Yeah, I use that too in some of the things I do. Yeah, I think that's great.
So it's like in the movie, Bunula is the one who's being like stalked and harassed instead of me. So it's like kind of like a retelling of it. Oh yeah, like I said, but whatever.
Parody, yeah.
And then there's a plot line that's about Katy Perry, the pop star, and it's kind of like her going on this like revenge mission to get revenge on someone who killed all her friends.
Is this the real Katy Perry, or is this like an alternate version, like an alternate universe Katy Perry?
I mean, I guess it's the Katy Perry that I have in my universe that's like a kind of ridiculous version of her where she's kind of like a mix of like Dexter and Miss Piggy.
Also sounds a little like Taylor Swift in there, like she's been scorned by people. She's got to get payback.
Yeah.
Got to get that payback.
Yeah, and her plot line, it's very closely based on an episode, a multi-part episode of Miami Vice where Don Johnson's wife gets killed by a drug lord, and then he becomes a drug lord named Sonny Burnett and like goes crazy and starts murdering people.
Oh, I love that. Is it spelled the same, Katy Perry? Like, what if the real Katy Perry just put her foot down and she's like, I can't have this. I can't have this. The truth.
Oh, well, I mean, it has her in her name, so like hopefully she won't end up doing that.
Yeah.
I might have, like, could be a problem though if that happened.
Could make it Patty Kerry.
Or just to change the letters, right? Because what is Katy Perry? Is she a K?
Something
so just
like
change
that.
it to like a C.
C.
You know, do like a Mortal Kombat type of thing. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Or 3 Ks. I don't know. That might not go well with some.
It's Katy Perry, not Katy Perry.
It's not Katy
I
Perry.
think her legal name is Katie Hudson, so maybe, who knows, like maybe she doesn't actually have
Press
ownership
charges.
of Katy Perry, you know?
Yeah.
Or you could just be like, no, she stole that from my thing.
Yeah.
Like I wrote this when I was like 5. She got a hold of it somehow.
Yeah. Well, there's Anne Hathaway, the actress Anne Hathaway. She's the same name as some historical figure, but I think it's just a coincidence.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. We'll never know. What I wanted to say too, Wigwolf, I saw too, and I love the preview and all that I saw, and I saw you record on like older formats, like VHS type things.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah, I use mostly I use mini DV tape, and then I use VHS and Video 8, and I have cameras from the 80s, but the Video 8 camera, which I used a lot, it just started while I was filming the movie. It just finally like died out. Like I guess the motor from being like such an old camera just gave out.
Gotcha. Well, how does that differ from like digital recordings? Like, what can you do differently?
It's just kind of like you especially on the VHS, you get the weird color saturation and the way it captures light's just different than digital would.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of like the weird unintended things because it's not a great format, so it's going to leave like weird distortions and
trackings
stuff,
or whatever.
especially
Yeah.
with the older cameras.
Yeah, that's cool. It gives it that feel like it's definitely retro. What kind of genre would you classify the film as?
I would say it's maybe something like exploitation. I remember one time the guy Frank Henenlotter, who made Basket Case and Frankenhooker, he was saying how his stuff wasn't horror, but like pretty much like people who liked horror would like it. I don't know. It's just more like weird. I would say it's whatever like Basket Case is, like that genre, just like strange.
Yeah, because it gave me a feel of something, but I couldn't like necessarily put my finger on. But like, yeah, the almost exploitation type film. Yeah, that's a good call on that. How much of the film is completed at the moment?
So far, there's probably about 30 minutes of pretty much like fully edited footage, and then maybe like a lot of unedited stuff. And I still have a lot to film, but I'd say like the movie overall is like a third of the way done.
Awesome. And so far, what has been one of the your favorite moments or favorite like parts of it? I don't give too much away, of course, but what's like your favorite part of the whole thing?
Well, I had a scene where when I wrote it, thought I wouldn't be able to like really get it done the way I did it, and basically it involves a lot of a gross like body fluid from an STD like leaking out of someone and then covering someone, and they kind of bathe in it. And I guess like I was happy with how it came out, just with the effect I created for the fluid and how it looked. And the people who I showed it to were like, "This is so disgusting, like it makes me sick." So it came out just like how I wanted.
Yes. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, no, it is. It's a little gruesome. Yeah. Like I was expecting like water, but no, it's like slimes and all sorts of gunk. A lot of gunk.
It looks snotty.
Yeah. A lot of fluids.
Yeah, I think that scene, it's just very, very grotesque. Like I guess I kind of like vary what's in the movie with the three stories, but like one of the plot lines, which is about the Wet Ones characters, is just like so like sick. Like I think when people watch it, they're probably just gonna like be like, "What is this? Like this is horrible."
That's how I feel like a high compliment. Like that's something like like that's an amazing thing to hear.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely different. I don't know. Like I rigged up a thing with an old Barbie car to make it into like a Knight Rider car, and it has like a programmable computer voice box in it, so I can like program the car to like say what I want, and then the voice scanner looks just like Kit, like moving along with the words.
Yes, that's cool. That's super cool. Love it, love it. I know too. You do music. Wigwolf, is any of your songs in the movie any soundtrack type thing?
Yeah, I have a few of my songs in it, and a couple of songs from an old band I had called Wondercat, and then I have some songs from some artists I've worked with in the past, like this really great synth pop guy named Male Tears. I'm using a couple of his songs, and his stuff kind of has like this really cool like 80s pop sound.
Nice.
And a band called Cherry Pickles, I'm using their song for the opening theme. It's kind of like this retro like 50s song, but there'll be a lot of cool music in it though.
Cool. How did you first connect with Kenny too, from the channel Living Dead?
He found me on Twitter, like I guess through the Bunyula thing. He had DM'd me like a while ago.
Cool. Yeah, he's a cool guy. And Bunyula, you were doing that for a while, right?
Yeah, almost like just about 2 years.
Okay, because I remember I've seen some of your live Instagram stuff, and yeah, you do a lot of cool things. A lot of cool things on there.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm still doing, I guess like the movie's pretty similar to that, and then I'm not sure once the movie's done what I'll do. I'll probably go try to work on doing like an album, because I've been wanting to do like a limited cassette release.
Sweet. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, if you knew what your next project after the movie would be.
I mean, I have an idea, like a script for a movie, and the next one would be more like of a traditional just live action movie with just real actors. So hopefully if this does well, then I can start to plan to work on that.
Cool. Right. Using like dolls and stuff, like you said, is that a lot more work? Like a lot of stop motion and stuff, I assume?
No, I don't do I just do more like string, or like I use like fishing wires, or hide my hand, or use a green screen glove. So it's not very difficult. Like,
okay.
Right.
It's more just like physically animating them.
Right, you're actually moving them, so
That's
it's not
super
like
cool.
frame by frame.
I feel like that gives it a look too. That's totally
it's interesting.
unique.
Yeah, it's like there's a guy, Tommy Faircloth, who he makes horror movies. He made Crinoline Head and I don't know, like Generation X. Like he used to be in Fangoria a lot, but when I was in high school, he sold VHS from his website, like this 90s website of homemade Barbie horror movies. And like I used to get my parents to order them for me, and like I was so obsessed with them, and he would just use 902 and old dolls, and like he had a whole high school he built.
Nice. That sounds cool.
I wish I still had them. It's like impossible to get them now.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be like a rare item.
So the VHS, and then you also talked about releasing an album on a cassette. What draws you to all these older forms of technology?
I don't know. I mean, I just always recorded, like when I was a kid, your only option really for like doing music and putting it out was making tapes and copying them. And I guess it just always seemed fun to like make a tape and draw the cover and cut it out. And I don't know, usually, and if a band I like now does a cassette release, I always buy it.
That's cool.
I didn't even know that anyone still did that.
Yeah, that's what
awesome.
I was gonna say. That is cool to hear. And I just know that there's that retro like draw to things. Like even one of the Stranger Things seasons, it came in it was DVDs, but the case looked like a VHS case. Like people love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's really big now. I mean, like Justin Bieber's last album came out on cassette, and I think Billie Eilish puts her stuff out on cassette.
Yeah, no. Like I've seen in stores, I've seen like a lot of vinyl, but yeah, no, I've never seen cassettes. That's super cool. Super cool.
That's cool too, because there's also like a lot of people that are driving older cars that still have cassette players in them.
I don't know about that.
I think my last car had a cassette player.
Oh, okay, yeah. So maybe there's a bunch.
Yeah,
there's a bunch out there.
Yeah, and I used to have one of those adapters that hooks up to your Discman.
Yes.
It like goes in the cassette player.
Yeah, I had that too. Yeah, man. I think I probably still have one of those laying around, one of those adapters.
I remember in high school, I would drive around. I had a book of 300 CDs in my back seat, and then I had a vinyl roof. One day, I came outside, and my roof was cut open, and someone took all 300 of my CDs.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I've heard of that kind of stuff happening. That always sucks, but I still buy CDs. A lot of people don't even buy those anymore.
It's all digital now.
Yeah, I buy the CD.
Yeah, I do. Especially a lot of artists do the Target exclusive releases where it has 2 extra songs, but only if you buy the Target CD.
Oh,
right.
I know they have the exclusives.
So like,
I never knew.
Artists, you pretty much have to get it.
Okay, yeah, no, I knew they had their like exclusives. I never knew that was what the exclusive was. That's cool. What was I gonna say too? I still have a VHS player too. Like, no, I don't have many VHSs that I play, but there's still some I have laying around. Like for my sons when they come up for the summer. Like if there's an older movie that I only have on VHS, I'll throw that on for them.
Don't VHS tapes like deteriorate after a couple years? Like, isn't there a point where they just won't play anymore?
I think if you play a lot.
Oh, okay.
I think I remember my sister
gets worn out.
My sister as a kid, she'd watch Wizard of Oz every day, and I was so happy when that tape broke.
Yeah,
I was so happy.
So my sister was the same way. Like, she would rewatch like The Little Mermaid, she'd watch it and then rewind it and watch it again, and eventually it died out. Fantasia, I think, was another one she would do. Like they all eventually just like broke. They'd get all staticky,
all warped looking at certain points.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They wear out, and also depending on what year they were made. Like, I think if they were made before '85, the tape basically just turns to like glue and gets sticky. So, but I found some I get a lot of tapes at the Goodwill, and I'll find some really old tapes and they play great, and maybe just nobody ever played them that much.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because the ones I had like forever, they still play when I put them on.
That's cool.
Some of the Star Wars I never
The weird
rebought
thing
as
is-
DVDs. I'm sorry,
I
what's
like
that?
to get like. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
No, I'm sorry, I cut you off. I was gonna say though, like some movies, like I've never rebought on DVD. I still have them, like some of the
Star
earlier
Wars, you
Star
said,
Wars
right?
and
Yeah.
stuff. I still have on just VHS.
Like you have the original like edits.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sometimes, like at the Goodwill, I found you'll just find a stack of VHS tapes that are like someone's home movies that got donated. And
That's great.
one time I watched a bunch of the tapes, and it's like I saw this couple go from like being a young couple to being like old, and it was kind of like depressing and being like, oh, and then the tapes just ended up here.
Wow, that's crazy.
Family.
I
Yeah,
can't
you'd
believe
think that'd
that
be,
people would even like donate that
an
stuff.
heirloom. I feel like
Yeah.
you could probably use that as a clip if you wanted a little clip here and
Yeah,
there or
holy
something.
shit,
Because you
yeah.
own it now. It's you get the rights.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I have a huge stack of Super 8 film reels that are all labeled for like the 1950s, and I don't know what's on it because I don't have anything I can watch Super 8 with. But I just got it at a garage sale for like $10.
That's awesome. That's cool.
What was the other format that lasted like a couple months? The beta? What was that? The beta tapes?
Betamax.
The Betamax, right?
Yeah, Betamax. That I have a old Betamax machine, but it doesn't work. I found it at the Goodwill.
Yeah, I remember they were-
Betamax. That's still you still see those around sometimes at the thrift stores.
Yeah. I just remember they were top loading. They had that dumb thing that just popped up.
Oh, so they were like a Super Nintendo or something, right? Is that how they
Yeah.
were designed?
Yeah. Yeah, they were goofy. They were goofy. I think we had those in like our school. Like they'd wheel in the big
Betamax.
Betamax and the TV on top and
This is the future.
show you some future. They show you the future right there. Wigwolf, thank you so much for talking to us, man. It's been a blast.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me on.
Not a problem, man. Where can everybody find you and the wet ones?
They can find me probably the best places on Twitter, just at Wigwolf.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man.
That has all my other links.
Cool. And yeah, when this goes up and all, I'll send you the links to the individual interview and the show when it goes up.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem,
Thank you,
man. Take
Wigwolf.
care, Wigwolf.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Later,
Have a good
dude.
one.
Super cool. Super cool.
Cool. Really fun.
Yeah.